Hi everyone. So today's tutorial is going to be about group type elements. If you don't know what I'm talking about, it's basically that encoder, the encoder E or functions of it, when it applies to group. So what I'm talking about is this. Let's say if you have an array of multi-element fixtures or multi-head fixtures, and you would like to select a certain pattern, a template of certain elements that you would like to apply to whatever selection of that type of heads you do. So for example, if I want to select, let's say, elements, 5 elements across all the fixtures, so they will be repeated. So instead of me opening up the fixtures and then applying one by one on these elements, instead I can actually create a group template that will be the selection I want in the order I want, and I can apply it to any selection of, or let's say any group. How to do it? I'm talking about this. So instead of selecting the whole group, you go into the view heads, select one fixture just to be our template. After that, you click on View Elements window, and that will show you 5x5 matrix of the Jarak elements of that fixture. And here I can select, let's say, element 1, 5, 13, 21st, and 25th. After that, you go back to the view groups, press record, and click here. So what's the next thing you want to do is following. So when you have the group selection, at the moment it shows you the group type normal, and you click here, and it becomes the elements group. And you can see the difference here. It shows you E letter 0.5. 5 means you have 5 elements recorded in that group. So when if you want to select just the group itself, it will only select for the first fixture. And if I press here, press locate, it will actually says no head selected, because right now it only knows about elements. So it does not know about which fixture you want to apply it on. So if you want to use it, now if we select the whole group of Jaraks, then you click on that template group. Don't worry about this group being selected, it's just there exactly the same. It's just when I was practicing before, I've created that group. So now if you press locate, that template of elements is applied to the whole group. What it means is, if you select that group and you select that element and then you apply an effect, intensity, dim chase, include elements, it will go across each element in that order that you've created it in. So you can actually reduce the effects width, and it's going to go across the elements of each fixture. Okay, so it remembers the selection you did, and it will apply in that order. In the next beta release, we're going to have more enhancements related to that, but nevertheless, I'm just showing you on 1905 and how it works. So, I started this tutorial, basically wanted to show you how to work with fixtures like active sun strips. So, and this is how I actually created that effect that I shown yesterday in the group. So it basically was created using that feature that's called group type elements. So what I did was to create that look, so that effect, sorry, I'll apply it here. So in order to get this effect that goes center out from each of these group, and I'm sure there's several methods how the other users can share with you. This is the method I found as working, and it's quite easy to achieve, and that's applicable to the different things you would like to do with the multi-elements. So how I achieved that? It's quite simple. I've simply selected one head of active sun strips by Showtech. I press View Elements, and here I've selected the elements in this order. So you have 10 elements. I select it like this: 6th, 5th. You don't need to press shift, it just will select the elements one by one. Then it will select 7th and then 4th. And ignore the fact that it's actually showing you the wrong order. Again, this is in 1905. So then when you apply an effect or anything else, you will see that it actually respects the order you've selected. Then you select that element, that, and the first element. So I've selected the elements and MagicQ knows about it. Then you go press record and you create this element group. So right now it's just a group, and then we click here to become elements. What I did after is following. Because we have two groups of effects, one going from left to right, another one is going from center out, what I did is following. I created two subgroups of 4 fixtures. So the first group, sorry, just scroll through. So the first group here was actually selection of heads 4, 3, 2, 1. So I've selected 4, 3, 2, 1. And the next group was selection 5, 6, 7, 8. So what I did is following. I clicked here in the view groups and I've selected first group by going 4, holding shift, 3, 2, 1. View groups, press record, and I created a group. Then I did press clear and I've selected 5, hold shift 6, 7, and 8, and I've created a second group. So now I have two groups. First I will select the first group of these 4 fixtures, and then I can apply our template. And again, ignore those two groups because they're doing exactly the same things. In your case, it's not going to be the same, but because I'm doing the tutorial, I have to test a few things before I do that. Then you press Add Effect, Intensity, Dim Chase. Then you choose Include Elements. So in that case, everything is going to go from center, from this fixture into that fixture. Then I've reduced the width to be 10%, and I press record and clicked here. You can press clear, go back to the layout, select another group, again the template, add effect, intensity, dim chase, include elements. So again, now it goes from this side to here, and I can do the width to be 10%. I'll press shift record or shift record. I'll choose merge, and I'll merge into that playback. So now when you run this effect, you will see it works together. However, you have noticed that effect doesn't start from the beginning. Why? Because it's like a sine wave. So it's a curve that goes it goes from the middle, and you can see the peak. It starts from this point. That's about 45% degree. You need to actually shift the initial offset for the effect. To do this, you double click your playback, you press View Queue, View Effects, and here the option called Initial Offset. You click here, type 45 degrees. Now, when you launch that playback, you will see it starts from center and out. Again, you can achieve this, the very same effect using the pixel mapper. Yes, you can, but in my case, I wanted to show you how to achieve it with standard effects that we have in the MagicQ, and how to use that specific function called group type elements, and then you apply. Of course, I could apply the same thing on the whole group with the same element selection, and I can press add effects, intensity, dim chase, including effects, and it's going to do the exactly same effect but from left to right and from right to left. However, when you start running center out and center in, don't forget that this, in fact, the standard effects do not know the 2D location of the fixtures. That's why the effect is not going to be applied the same way as I've shown you in my example. So again, play around, and I hope it was useful, and I'm certain not a lot of people are aware of the group type elements. Now you are. So if you didn't know, now you know. So please use this function and give us the feedback. And again, there's a few more enhancements coming relates to the multi-selection in the next version. And when it's out, I'll do the separate tutorial about it. That's all for today. Hope it was useful. Thanks and have a lovely day. Bye bye.